Hello and welcome to the Follycast, the Rivers of London podcast. I'm Margaret in Sutton.
Richard in Fulham.
And Jan in Worcester.
So we're entering the Christmas holiday season, and since we're up to date discussing all of the books, and with the latest novel Stone and Sky still a few months away, we thought it seemed right to have our first ever Christmas quiz. Richard has volunteered to be quizmaster, and Jan and I will be attempting to answer the questions. Richard keeps assuring us that the questions will not be too daunting, or at least will be guessable. Well, let's see if that's the case. Hopefully listeners can have fun at home and play along, and I predict shouting in frustration as we struggle with the answers. So over to Richard, who's going to explain the format.
Okay, so we have 7 rounds. To ensure the questions are random in some rounds, I'll ask Jan or Margaret to pick a question by number. In others, it's going to be who's fastest on the buzzer. We did play around with buzzers in the rehearsal, but they didn't work. So basically, people are going to say their name. So let's practice. Margaret.
Margaret.
And Jan.
Jan.
Good. The volume levels seem to be okay. Okay, so just so you can pace yourself, the 7 rounds are titled as follows. Round 1 is the novels themselves. Round 2 is which book am I in? Round 3 is reviews on Amazon. Round 4 is geography. Round 5 is spells. Round 6 is people. And we end, if we're still talking to each other by then, with opening lines. So round 1's hopefully some fairly straightforward questions, although the answers may be tricky. We'll see. Here, basically, you get 2 points, and if you're playing along, keep your own point score at home. 2 points if you know the answer straight away. 1 point if you opt for multiple choice. And if you get it wrong, then the other contestant can guess for a bonus point. So if you're confident, you don't need to go to multiple choice. But if you do want to have multiple choice, let me know. 4 questions in this round. Jan, can you give me a number between 1 and 4?
3.
3. Okay. In what year are both False Value and Amongst Our Weapons and no less than 4 graphic novels all set?
2020.
2020. I can confirm not 2020. Margaret, you don't get the multiple choice option, just 1 point if you can get the right year.
2015?
No, 2016.
That's close though.
Very close, Margaret.
Close, but no cigar. What was the US name of the first Rivers of London novel? Again, silence. This is good podcasting.
Can I have a multiple choice?
Okay. Was it called A, Punch and Judy, B, Material Witness, 3, Midnight Riot, or 4, Action at a Distance?
Midnight Riot.
C, and that's the first point on the board. So it's not, at least someone's got a point. This is promising. Right. Okay. The others, interestingly, apart from Punch and Judy, were chapter headings in the first book. So, Jan, do you want number 2 or number 4?
Number 2.
Which book and novella happen concurrently? So which novella is set alongside the same time as what book?
I think I might have to go multiple choice.
Okay. Was it A, Amongst Our Weapons and the October Man, B, The Furthest Station and Broken Homes, C, Foxglove Summer and What Abigail Did That Summer? Just 3 choices.
I don't know if it's too obvious, but is it the third one? Foxglove Summer.
Yeah. That gets you a point. So that leaves Margaret with our final question in this round.
Okay.
Which is, which book starts with a letter from Ada Lovelace to mathematician Augustus de Morgan, dated 27th of November, 1840?
False Value.
Yeah, 2 points. Didn't even need to go to multiple choice there. Okay, now this is one of the reasons I suggested you had a pen and paper. I'm going to ask you to shout out. Now, if you get this question right, you get 3 points, but you will lose 2 if you hesitate too long or get it wrong. And the question is, can you name all 9 novels in the right order? Who's got the nerve to give it a go? No one's shouting.
I think I might know, but I could be wrong. Just the novels.
Go for it, just the novels.
Rivers of London.
Yeah,
Then there's the jazz one, which is Moon Over Soho.
yeah,
Then there's the underground one, which is Whispers Underground.
yeah.
Then I think there's Broken Homes. That's the one with the skyscraper, isn't it? Because then after that, something happens. Leslie and he and Mr. Whatever.
Yeah,
Then I think you've got Foxglove Summer,
yeah,
the one with Tyburn in it, and the pub. Hanging Tree,
yeah,
Lies Sleeping, the one with the oubliette.
yeah. 2 more.
Just 2. Okay. Oh, False Value, the one I just mentioned,
Hmm.
and Amongst Our Weapons.
Wow, well done.
Well done.
That's it. That's about as good as I'm going to get.
Round 2 is called Which Book Am I? So I'm going to read an extract from some of the novels. I'm going to read them out in 3 short stages. At each stage, if you think you know which book it is, you can just shout your name and guess after I've read out the quote. However, if you get it wrong, then you've got to sit out the rest of the quotes and give your competitor a free run at it, effectively.
Okay.
So again, it's how confident you are. As I said, each extract will be in 3 parts. You get 3 points if you can guess from the first part, 2 points from the second, and then 1 if you need it to go right to the end. So in theory, it becomes more obvious as the quote goes on, but you can let me know whether this round works at all. So we've basically got 5 quotes. So I'm going to ask Margaret to pick a number between 1 and 5.
3.
3. Okay, if you're both listening, get ready to shout if you think you can guess. In the first instance, the screamers worked as advertised, said Nightingale. Then there were your texts. Beyond that, it was just a matter of following the trail of destruction. Up the hill, there were flashing blue lights visible through the trees. Anyone want to guess at that one?
First there were screamers, then there were texts, and now this one. So this is just an extract from anywhere in the book.
Anywhere in the book.
Oh, God.
I'm going to
Are you
move
going to
on.
give us any more?
Yeah, that was the 3-point one. So no one was willing to dive in at there. Okay, so continuing the quote. Gilead chivied Caroline towards the waiting paramedics while she protested she was fine, which wasn't the point. As a civilian mixed up in a police operation, we had to be able to prove she was uninjured so she couldn't sue us later.
Not the hanging tree, is it?
It is.
Well done,
2
Jan.
points. 2 points for Jan. Because the 1 pointer would have been, you understand the implications of Martin Chorley being the faceless man, said
Yeah, it's
Nightingale.
a hanging tree. Yeah.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Okay,
Well done, Dan.
good stuff. But give me a number that's 1, 2, 4, or 5, Jan.
1.
1. Okay. I wasn't best pleased because Sunday is one of the few days I don't have morning practice on the firing range, and I was planning a nice lie-in followed by football in the pub. So where's this ghost? I asked when Abigail opened her front door. Oh, silence again.
It's not just a random guess then. It's not Lie Sleeping.
It's not. So you're out for the
I know.
next
Okay.
quote. How come there's one of you? Asked Abigail. She was a short, skinny, mixed-race girl with light skin that had gone winter sallow. This is my colleague Leslie May, I said. Abigail stared suspiciously at Leslie. Margaret's on her own now for 2 points.
I think it's Whispers Underground.
It is. Good call.
because Leslie's goes rogue in the next book, doesn't she? So, and I don't
Yeah.
think Abigail comes in until
Yeah.
maybe the second or the third book.
Good. That's a relief. This actually seems to be working. I was worried about this. Okay, so Margaret, 1, 4, or 5?
5.
5. But I've been trained. Better, I've been trained by the man who held the rear guard at Ettersburg. And practically without thought, I brought my staff up and raised a shield. I felt the smooth, rich honey hum of the staff as it gave up its power. But even so, I staggered back when she collided with my shield. Is anyone, no one's leaping in?
No, carry on.
Okay. For
Yeah.
2 points. There was an almost comical look of surprise on her face, but then she scowled and the wing swept around to try and engulf me. I shifted the focus of the shield, swinging it round and round like an invisible fly swatter. There's a clue in there.
Is it Foxglove Summer?
It's not. Over to Jan
Damn.
for 1 point. No
Yeah,
pressure.
the hanging tree.
No, yeah. Oh, do I do the third quote first?
Oh,
You
sorry.
you don't have to leave. You get one more quote, one more bit of the quote. Francisca gave a satisfyingly unangelic squawk as she was flipped onto her back. Light flared in her hand, and suddenly the burning spear was there. Which book has Francisca and a burning spear?
Well, I think I know actually, but I can't answer.
Should I try lie sleeping again?
No, it's not. It's Amongst Our
No
Weapons.
weapons. Yeah,
That leaves 1 or 4. Jan, which one?
4.
Okay, first 3-point quote. She went across the traffic island, bounced off a hatchback, and ran right over the bonnet of a Ford
I know.
Mondeo. Oh, go,
I
Margaret. I haven't even finished the quote yet. Go on,
carry on.
Margaret.
Finish the quote, but I think I know what it is.
Before sprinting past the Rainforest Cafe, bowling tourist
Yeah, I know.
society.
Yeah, it's Moon over Soho.
Oh, good call.
It's the bit outside the Trocadero, isn't it?
It is. It is. The next quote would have mentioned the Trocadero. Yes, we often mention that when we're near the Trocadero.
Yeah, it's just one of those things I remember quite a lot when I'm in London, that whole thing about
Yeah.
running up the escalators and going over the top and the
Okay, now we're going to go for quote 1 because it's the last quote in this round. Get ready to shout if you know. I outlined my plan and what we'd need to do to prepare. They made a couple of good suggestions, particularly regarding how they planned to smuggle themselves out of the country. I made mental notes with a view to trading them to Silver or HM Customs if I ever needed a favour.
Do I get points off if I get it wrong?
No, you just don't get another go. 3 points if you get it right. 4 books down, so there's only.
I'll have a go. I think I'll get it wrong. Is it false value?
It is. Round 3 then is Amazon reviews. Margaret's pulling ahead at the moment, but it could still change. I've got 4 reviews from Amazon, and you just have to guess which book it is that's being reviewed. So pick a number, Margaret, between 1 and 4.
1.
1. This is a tour de force of magic, mayhem, and a bally good read. No?
Is it
Jan?
is it Rivers of London?
No. It's the Masquerades of Spring. It was the bally good read. I thought that would have been the easier
Sorry,
one.
I was thinking of the novels still.
So this can be the novellas as well then.
Oh, sorry, I should have said yes. It can be the novellas as well. Definitely can be the novellas as well. Okay, Jan, 2, 3, or 4?
3.
3. How's your French? It's a review in French, but there are some key words if you can pick them out. Loin de Londres, hors de son élément, Peter Grant se retrouve en plus son aide habituel. Nightingale est retenu à Londres et Leslie. La campagne, l'environnement de Dufilé, des extraterrestres supposés, des licornes. Tout un nouveau monde s'offre à notre héros. Awful pronunciation.
Is
Sorry.
that Rivers of London?
No. Margaret,
Is it Foxglove Summer?
it is. You get 1 point for Foxglove Summer.
I didn't know we were alternating. You didn't say. Sorry.
Sorry, I should have said. Okay. Margaret, 2 or 4?
4.
4. Okay. I really like this book, which more than lived up to the publicity. It's a good story from a less usual point of view. It carries you forward well, and I just love foxes.
What Abigail did that summer.
Blimey, yes. Margaret's on fire at the moment.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's the foxes, wasn't it? If you hadn't mentioned the foxes, I wouldn't have had a clue.
Next one is for Jan. It's the last one in this round. This is an AI review. They basically are now using AI to summarize all of the reviews of a particular book. Customers find the book engaging and easy to read. They praise the story quality as well crafted, with a tight plot and clever references that make them laugh. This is deadly, isn't it? Readers appreciate the writing quality as fluid and impressive. The characters are described as brilliant, likable, and realistic. The setting of the book in the countryside offers a new perspective and interesting exploration for readers.
So is this Foxglove Summer?
It is. 2 points. Good stuff. Round 4, geography. This is one where you can answer or opt for multiple choice and get 1 point as opposed to 2. These are all about geography taken from various books and novellas. I should stress for this round. 8 questions. So a number between 1 and 8, please, Jan.
3.
In what area of London is Lady Ty's house?
Oh, I think I'll have to have multiple choice.
It's A, Hampstead, B, Knightsbridge, C, Belgravia, or D, Camden.
Hampstead.
Indeed. Right, Margaret, any number apart from 3.
7.
Okay. Where is the October Man set? What town?
Okay, you're gonna have to give me a multiple choice.
Is it Mannheim, Trier, Heidenheim, or Brilon?
Trier.
It is. 1 point for Margaret. Okay, Jan, a number other than 3 and 7, apart from 3 and 7.
6.
6. In which village is Foxglove Summer located?
Oh. So it's in Herefordshire, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, I think it might begin with an A, but I'm not sure. I'll have to go multiple choice.
Okay, is it A, Rushpool, B, Rushmead, C, Rushmere, or D, Rushton?
Told you it began with an A. Is it Rushpool?
It is. So you say Rushpool, yeah?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, 1 point. Margaret, pick a number between 1 and 8 that we haven't had already.
2.
2. Under which underground station is Chelsea and Olympia's underground club?
Okay, you're gonna have to give me multiple choice.
Is it A, Bayswater, B, Holland Park, C, Notting Hill Gate, or D, Oxford Circus?
I think it's Holland Park.
It is. 1 point.
Very good.
Very good. Okay. Jan, 1, 1, 5, 4, or 8?
4, please.
4. Oh, similar theme. Peter gets buried at which underground station?
Oh.
This would be great if it was a video podcast.
I'll have to go multiple choice.
A, Oxford Circus, B, Holland Park, C, Notting Hill Gate, or D, Bayswater?
Was it Oxford Circus?
It was. 1 point. You're on a roll here. Right. Two. I think we've got 2 left in this round. We've got 5 and 8, Margaret.
I'll have 5.
5. In which book do Abigail Kumar and Peter check the rolling stock for ghosts at Neasden Depot?
I think that's the furthest station.
It is 2 points. And finally, then, that leaves Jan with, where is Winter's Gifts mostly set?
Just read that. I'll have to go multiple.
Is it A, Sicily, Alaska, B, Halifax, Nova Scotia, C, Hawkins, Indiana, or D, Eloise, Wisconsin?
Eloise, Wisconsin.
It is. Round 5. Magic. So again, there's no multiple choice for this round. I couldn't work out how to do it. So it's just 2 points or 1 point if you pick up a question that the other person got wrong. So we have 8 questions again. So Jan, between 1 and 8?
2.
What does the former spell called impello do?
Oh, is that when you get a light in your hand?
No, over to Margaret.
Is that a spell where you actually you direct somebody away? You like it's like a force thing. You can move things, basically. It moves.
Yes, that was the key word. Impello moves an object around. So I'll give you 1 point for that. Margaret, a number between 1 and 8 that isn't 2.
7.
Who are the night witches?
That it? Is that all I get?
That's all you get. Who are the night witches? Title of a graphic novel would also feature a lot in Whispers Underground, I think.
Was it Vivara and her lot?
Yes, but specifically,
They were a group of witches that developed in the, oh God, she was around in the 60s and 70s, wasn't she, after the Second World War?
in which country?
She was Russian, wasn't she?
Yeah, I'll give you a point. I've been bleeding you for information. Type of female Russian practitioner recruited during World War II. Okay, Jan, but give me a number between 1 and 8 that isn't 2 or 7.
6.
What secret organisation are Geoffrey Wheatcroft, Martin Chorley, and Albert Woodville Gentle members of? And it's called the Little Somethings.
Oh.
Margaret's got a hand over her face.
Oh, is it crocodiles?
It is.
Yes.
It is. Worth the
I
wait.
knew it was an animal.
2 points.
I wasn't going to get that, no.
2 points. Good stuff. Margaret, give me a number between 1 and 8 that hasn't already gone, if you can remember.
8 hasn't gone, is it?
No. Which department store has its electronics department trashed by magic?
Oh, Harrods.
Yep. So Jan, 1, 3, 4, or 5?
3.
By what name, derived from the man who first systemized spells, do the Rivers refer to people from the Folly as being?
It's not the Isaacs, is it?
It is. It is. 2 points. Okay, Margaret.
1.
What is being described here? It can be varied in size, light, and heat intensity. It can also be used underwater and moved around. This is the first former that a classically trained apprentice wizard learns.
Oh, is it Lux or something, isn't it?
It is, but what does it create?
It's just the light, isn't it?
A special name of light.
Don't know. Give me half a point.
I'll give you 1 point out of 2.
Yeah.
Jan, any thought?
No, I can't think of anything more
I
specific.
think you'll be kicking yourself. It's a weir light.
Oh,
Yeah.
They get mentioned a fair bit. Jan, four or five.
4.
What magical society are Helena Linden Limmer and Caroline Linden Limmer members of? The Society of the what?
It's not this, but I'll go with. I know it's not right. Chosen. I can't think of anything.
Okay. Margaret, any guess?
It's something to do with the flower, isn't it? Something like roses or something, or
So what did you say then?
rose, something to do with rose.
Yeah, I'll give you a point. It's the Society of the Rose.
That sounds right. No, I've heard it.
And the final question of the round for Margaret. By what name is the Society of the Wise better known?
That I don't. That's not the gentleman, is it? The Virginia gentleman.
No, it's not. I'm going to hand it over to Jan. The Society of the Wise became something else.
That it's not the Folly, is it?
It is?
Yeah.
It's the Folly. Okay. Round 6. I was just pausing to tot up the scores at the moment. Margaret's in the lead, but Jan is coming up quite fast on the inside curve, so we shall see what happens. Round 6 is about people. This isn't multiple choice. 2 points if you can get it, 1 point if you have to hand it over. So pick a number between 1 and 6.
3.
What is Frank Caffrey's day job when he's not running special violent missions for the Folly? What's his day job?
Is he a fireman?
He is. 2 points. Margaret, a number other than 3 between 1 and 6.
5.
Who is described here? She wore her hair loose, a black curtain that fell to her waist.
Bavara?
No, I'm going to hand it over to Jan for 1 point.
It's not Lady Tie, is it?
No, it's Molly.
Uh,
I try to avoid anything that involved teeth, but
Yeah.
1, 2, 4, or 6.
Number 1.
What is the name of Peter's dad's band?
Oh,
It's also the name of a Facebook Rivers of London group.
yes, the moon's over Soho, isn't it? All those.
Hmm.
No, I can't think. I'll know it as soon as you say it. But I can't.
Margaret, any guesses?
Yeah, I think they're called the Irregulars, aren't they?
You're getting close.
Something like the Irregulars or something like the something. Yeah.
I can't give it. It's Lord Grant's Irregulars. You were close,
Oh,
admirably close, but
I'll get half a point for the Irregulars.
you're desperate for even half a point.
Yeah.
Okay, Margaret, pick a number.
6.
6. Whose favourite food is sausages?
Toby's.
Yep, it is indeed. Toby the dog.
I would not have remembered that.
Jan, 2 or 4?
2.
Who is married to Pam? I wonder what we're going to make of all this dead air on the.
Right.
It gives people at home a chance to think, I guess.
Yeah.
They may be wondering whether the podcast has just stopped.
It's not William, is it?
No. Margaret, any guesses?
I think I could be wrong. Is it Stephanopoulos' wife?
It is. It is.
In what did we read?
Yeah.
Monday. She's
Also mentioned in the books. So,
Is she? Okay.
so you get a point for that. Good call. Jan, 4 or 7?
7.
What opera is playing in book 1 that isn't referenced when there's a riot in Covent Garden, but actually in book 2 they do confirm the name of the opera?
Oh God.
And I can go multiple choice for this if you want. So,
Okay, yeah, let's go multiple choice.
is it A, The Flying Dutchman, B, Billy Budd, C, Rigoletto, or D, The Magic Flute?
I think it's Rigoletto.
It's not, it's Billy Budd.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah, I definitely didn't. That one, I wrote that one off as soon as I heard it. So I've completely forgotten that.
Finally, in this round, which is the penultimate round, who are we describing here? Early 40s with long, fine boned features and brown hair cut in an old fashioned side parting. It was hard to tell in the sodium light, but I thought his eyes were grey.
Is that Peter?
No.
Okay.
Why would Peter be describing himself?
Oh, is that Waleed?
No, it's Nightingale.
Oh,
At 40s, yeah, when you said that 40s.
yeah, true.
That's the very first description of him in Rivers of London.
Wow.
This final round, a lot of points at stake here. It's again, you shout out if you think you know the answer, 2 points if you get it right, 1 point if it goes to the other person. These are the first lines of the books.
Okay.
And there are some novellas scattered in here, but not all of the books are covered here. But you may want to mentally tick off, or if you've got a sheet of paper, cross off books as you go along. So this should get easier as it goes along because you'll have less options, but it doesn't always work that way. I am not going to shout out numbers because there's 13 of them, so it might get a bit confusing. So, are you ready to shout once I've finished the quote? So, which book starts with? Could be a novel, could be a novella. At 23 minutes past 11, Robert Weil drove his 53 registered Volvo V70 across the bridge that links Pease Pottage, the improbably named English village, with Pease Pottage, the motorway service station.
It sounds like a novella to me, but I'm not sure.
Can you read it again?
At 23 minutes past 11, Robert Weil drove his 53 registered Volvo V70 across the bridge that links Pease Pottage, the improbably named English village, with Pease Pottage, the motorway service station. Who is Robert Weil? Could be Weil, I guess, depending on how I pronounce it.
Is it Lie Sleeping?
It's not. It's Broken Homes.
Mm.
They both. I think you're both reaching for your pencil to cross out the list.
Crossing out Broken Homes.
Okay, number 2. Fingers on virtual buzzers. We haven't got buzzers, but shout. It started at 1:30 on a cold Tuesday morning in January, when Martin Turner, street performer, and is in his own word.
Stop.
Is that Rivers of London?
Yes,
Yeah.
you've been wanting it to be Rivers of London on quite a few questions. Excellent. So that's 2 points to
Still my favourite.
Yeah.
Good. Third quote. These are not in book order, obviously. Back in the summer, I'd made the mistake of telling my mum what I did for a living. Not the police bits, which of course she already knew about, having been at my graduation from Hendon, but the stuff about me working for the branch of the Met that dealt with the supernatural. I guess the question is, how soon did Peter's mum find out what he did? They're both looking intently. If you're listening at home, I'm looking at two people with their heads.
Shall I go with Whispers Underground?
You can go with Whispers Underground, and it is Whispers Underground. 2 points for Margaret. Number 4. It's a sad fact of modern life that if you drive long enough, sooner or later, you must leave London behind.
Oh, Margaret.
Margaret. Yeah.
Foxglove Summer.
No,
Oh,
no.
Okay.
Over to Jan.
Is it um what Abigail did last summer?
It's not. It's Moon over Soho. So you can cross that one off your list. Quote 5. It is proposed that the following operations be amalgamated into Operation Jennifer. Effectively, it starts with a police form, merging the operations and effectively the plot lines together. Operation Jennifer.
It's
Jan?
not false value, is it?
It's not, Margaret. There you go.
amongst our weapons.
No, it's Lie Sleeping.
Sleeping. Oh, it's one of those. It's to do with Martin Chorley, isn't it?
Yeah, it's when they effectively have the unit at the Folly, if you remember.
Mm.
I was just passing the Hoover Centre when I heard Miss
Margaret.
Margaret.
Foxglove Summer.
Good interception. Yeah, good. I dreamt that I heard Mr. Punch laughing gleefully by my ear, but when I woke, I realised it was my phone. I recognised the number on the screen and so wasn't surprised by the cool, posh voice that spoke when I answered.
Yeah, was that the hanging tree?
It is. 2 points.
Yay.
Good. And there's me worried at the start that no one would get any points. You've all got tons of points. Next one. On the afternoon of September the 11th, 2001, my mama called me at my dorm and begged me not to join the Marines.
No.
Oh,
Can you
no.
read that again? Can you read that again? Sorry.
On the afternoon of September the 11th, 2001, my mama called me at my dorm and begged me not to join the Marines. I thought this was the easiest one, but it just goes to show. Jan.
It's not Broken Homes, is it?
No.
Oh,
Margaret.
yes, it's Winter's Gifts. It's Kimberly.
It is. Yes. Right. This is going to be, I suspect, the easiest one so far.
Okay.
My final interview at the Serious Cybernetics Corporation.
Sorry.
Oh, Margaret has just got that one. Margaret, go for it.
It's false value.
It is. Next one. We've only got 3 left. As a rule, we don't get to see the bodies when they're fresh. It's drilled into every modern copper that our first duty, after protecting life and limb, is to preserve the crime scene from contamination.
Oh.
I'll have a go. It's not. Is this one Broken Homes?
No.
Can you read it again?
No. No, go on. As a rule, we don't get to see the bodies when they're fresh. It's drilled into every modern copper that our first duty, after protecting life and limb, is to preserve the crime scene from contamination.
October Man.
No.
Okay.
It is amongst our weapons.
Weapons.
That was the hardest one because there weren't really any huge clues in there.
Oh, okay.
Like the Hoover factory. Penultimate quote. In late September, as the nights close in, a strange madness possesses my father. Much to the outrage of our neighbours, he builds a bonfire in the back garden.
October Man.
Yeah. This is clearly your sort of round, isn't it, Margaret? Final one then. I'm sitting in an interview room in Holmes Road Police Station. It's not like the ones you see on TV with bare walls, a table, and an old-fashioned twin-deck tape recorder. Who makes those machines anyway? And where are they getting the cassette tapes from? Somebody somewhere is making a ton of cash selling obsolete gear to the Metropolitan Police. Any takers?
I can only think. Oh no, we've had that one. No, I can't.
I'll give you a clue. It's its final question. It's a novella.
I think I know. I think either Peter or Nightingale get called in to the police station to talk to Abigail. They've got Abigail there, haven't they? Isn't
Possibly.
that what Abigail did that summer?
It is, although your logic's slightly wrong because it's Abigail speaking. But
Oh,
yes.
right. Okay. Right.
And that concludes the first ever Rivers of London Christmas Quiz. I'm slightly relieved that you both got a fair amount of points. Otherwise, someone would be on the phone saying they should take over the podcast because we don't know anything about the Rivers of London, but clearly we do. And the final scores are: in second place with 20 points, Jan, and in first place with 31 points, Margaret.
Well done, Margaret.
I think if we'd done the questions for you, though, Richard, you would have got every single one.
No, because I've got no memory for names. I mean, why do you think I volunteered to be the quiz master in the first? It puts me. I always volunteered to be the quiz master. I used to do the pub quizzes at work simply for that reason. So there you go. And if Gallants are listening and they want anyone to produce a Rivers of London quiz book, then I will happily volunteer. But anyway, good stuff. So thanks both for taking part, and happy Christmas to everyone at home.
Yes, happy Christmas. Happy time.
Happy Christmas, everyone. Thanks for listening. Okay, so Stone and Sky is due out next July, and we'll probably do a preview episode before then.
Meanwhile, if you've enjoyed the podcast, please send us feedback by email at follypodcast@gmail.com or leave a comment on our website, thefollycast.com. The Follycast theme you've been hearing is London is Inspired by Cutwater, and thanks for listening.